Welcome. It's Domain Dave again for CheapWineFinder.com. Like we always do, we write up about 3 times a week a value-priced wine, one that's readily available throughout the United States and sometimes throughout the world. And then when we're done writing it up, we plug in the microphone and we talk about it, because no one has spelling errors when you talk. I mispronounce words, but that's a whole different story. And today we've got a $5 wine, actually $4.99. It's the Trader Joe's Coastal Merlot 2022. And I checked back in our archives because we've been writing up wines for 15 years. And we have the 2012 on there. I did a link to this one, the Sauvignon Blanc, Coastal Sauvignon Blanc. And we had a Coastal Zinfandel from 2012 too. And they've been vinted and bottled by Castal Cellars, who are one of the very first wineries in Paso Robles. They started in 1983, not 1883, which might not sound that long ago, but for a lot of modern California wine, that is. Even though there's been wineries that have been around for 140 years. They haven't always been a winery all the way through, and Prohibition knocked them out, and then they started up later, and they went out of business. These people have been going at it since 1983. They have 1,400 acres, and they're all certified organic and sustainable. They're big deal, and vinted and bottled by is what it says, and vinted and bottled by doesn't mean that much. Basically means they bottled it. In this day and age of LLCs and different corporations, like the physical building for the winery could be under one LLC, the equipment could be under another, the workers there could be under a different management group. They own one vineyard, it's under this LLC, another vineyard. So when you try to find out, who made it, it's going to say something like vinted and bottled by, even though they might have made it, but they didn't make this one, I don't think. They had something to do with it, but there's nothing on the label that says anything about organic or sustainably farmed, and all their vineyard grapes are. So, but they've been having something to do with this wine for a good 10 years now. And so there we go. So this is actually a really, really good producer. This is a $4.99 wine that was $4.99 back in 2012. And I'm going to take a sip, and because, $5 for a red wine, white wines are kind of simpler. You expect a simpler flavor. It just could be fruit or it could be citrus. A red wine, you kind of want a little more to it, and you want more substance, more body, and let's see what we got here. Something that's not bad at all. It's not the most complex wine. It's got plums, it's got some dark berries, it's got some spices, black pepper, maybe some blueberry. It doesn't really have a transition. He was talking about the mid palate, because a lot of times a wine will, as it goes along, will change flavors different as the main body of flavors kind of slowly fade, new flavors come up. This one doesn't have that, but what's up front is fine. $4.99. Did I tell you that? Yeah. So this is a Merlot. You would think that, in my mind, Merlot needs to be a little bit on the expensive side. Merlot is one of the 2 grapes of Bordeaux. And the more upscale you go in Bordeaux, the better the Merlot gets. And the Merlot in California is usually centered around Napa, or maybe certain fancy areas in Sonoma, though there's a couple other places that do it well too. But usually in places where it's $4.99 and you don't expect much, and this is not in that category. I won't say that at all. But it's very, very drinkable. If you did this with a $12 Merlot or a $10 Merlot, when you drank this next to it, and without actually knowing the prices, you would never say, oh, this one's $5, this one's $10. I'm going to take another sip. And the first thing came to my mind when tasting it, you can sip it. This can be a sipping wine. It could be something you drink while watching, you're rewatching The Sopranos. It's like 25 years of Sopranos. You can sit there and bang through 3 or 4 episodes, and that's fine. But this is like Taco Tuesday. You bring back a bag of tacos and or you go to the neighborhood pizza place and bring a pie back, or even like the best frozen one would work, or you stop by Chipotle and bring some back, and you really want to make the experience a little bit special, so you open the top of a $5 Merlot. There's ways that this can really serve a purpose. This is by no means like, oh no, stay away from it. It's $4.99. This is fine. Look for a reason to make it even better than what it is, because it can be very delicious wine in the right context. So that's it for me, Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. This was the Trader Joe's Coastal Merlot 2020. I think my voice is a little lower today because I've been walking around in the rain in January, which probably isn't good. But low voice isn't the worst thing when you're talking into a microphone. So adios, keep it cheap. We'll be coming at you with more wines in the doldrums. We've got to keep it cheaper in the colder months. After the holidays, save up some money for the holidays so you can go out and run. As soon as it warms up, you can go out and run around and do some fun things again. Like us where you like podcasts, if you will. If you're looking for us or looking for a particular wine, add podcast to the back of it when you type it into Google. Because otherwise, we kind of get put behind all the wine shops online, and you'll find us then. So adios. I'll be talking to everybody in a couple days. Bye-bye. Keep it cheap.